What's up, ladies and gents? This is KSigKid coming at you with another Destiny video. Today, it's Friday, so it's not my day, it's your day. And Jur's coming on Black Friday in the US. It's the day after Thanksgiving, and many of us are nursing some sort of a turkey and alcohol hangover, but we'll get through it. We'll see what Jur's got. And we're actually doing this completely blind, so I have no idea where Jur is at all. We're going to just make our best guess. I don't see a lot of people in the tower right now, so I'm going to go over here to the left. He seems to hang out on the left an awful lot, so maybe he's over here. Nope. Nope. He's not on the left. Alright, cutting our losses, we're going to go down the middle because there are two people down the middle. Jur might be here. He might have his goodies here. Alright, not by Shaxx. Maybe down here by the Vanguard speakers. No. Okay. So, by process of elimination, our first choice is to go over to the right-hand side. And I can already see as I'm running over here that this is indeed the right spot because there are name tags right over here, right by the right as I turn around in the hangar. There's Jur. Okay, so hide and seek is over. We found Jur. He's over here by the hangar. Whenever you go to visit him, he's got some exotic gear. And I guess there was nowhere to go but up from last week. But overall, you're not going to be jumping for joy. There are some decent things though to look for. Remember, this is legacy only year 1 helmets from that Ingram, so don't waste your strange coins. For starters, we have the Immolation Fists. Now, these came out whenever we had the Taken King, and actually back then, these were pretty amazing, because Hammer Titans were simply ridiculous and amazing. And what these did was these allowed you to go ahead and put Seeking, and you could get the explosions on this. So you could basically have that crazy aim assist tracking on your hammers, and you could have the crazy explosions. Now that we got our hammers nerfed quite a bit, and the tracking and seeking nerfed, these aren't as good. But overall, I mean, they're not the worst thing in the world. You still could rock out the Armentarium on your Hammer Titan, but these aren't the worst thing in the world. I'm going to go ahead and give these a B-. They're not the worst thing in the world. They will help you whenever you're rocking out your Hammer Titans, though they will only help you out situationally whenever you've got your super popped. So B- for these, that's not that bad. Again, we've seen far worse from Jur. Alright, moving on to our Hunter, we've got the Crest of Alpha Poopy. Yeah, if you've played this game in year 1, you got several hundred of these crests between the Hunter and the Titan, and you probably were always upset every time you got it and dismantled it instantly. Sadly, in year 1, that's whenever they were the most useful in Trials of Osiris. Now that revives have been changed a little bit, these have situational use. They're not as good as they were whenever you could just go ahead and run and sprint through an orb and revive somebody by the time you got to the other end of it. But you can't do that anymore, and the situations for this are just far limited. There are much better, more amazing options to go ahead and put on your Hunter. I'm going to give these things a D. I'm not going to give them an F because you could put them on Trials, and if you're somebody that dies a lot, it will help out a little bit. You can generate an extra orb, but overall, that's not the greatest thing in the entire world. There are better options for the Hunter. You already know this if you're on a Hunter. You're like, I am never going to put on the Crest of Alpha Poopy. Moving on to our Warlock, we've got the Voidfang Vestments. Now, whenever the Rise of Iron was coming out, I thought that this exotic was going to be a part of the most amazing and broken combo Trials of Osiris has ever seen. Well, I was wrong, and that's because the Memory of Fellwinter didn't work exactly like I thought. Whenever you respawn with that, you do not respawn with 2 grenades, you only respawn with 1, so that knocked these down a little bit. But overall, these are still a really solid and amazing option on your Voidwalker. First off, spawning with full grenade energy is one of the best perks that you can get in the game, and you would see these a lot more if Ophidian aspects weren't out. So I'm still going to give these things an A. They're still really solid. If you don't have Ophidian, you could rock these out. Axiom Bolts are really popular in the Crucible. Spawning an extra Seeker so you can have 3 Seeking out instead of 2 is really nice. This is a pretty solid exotic chess piece. Like I said, if Ophidian wasn't out, you would see these a lot more, even though you still do see these in the Crucible. You still see these in the Crucible, and that's because Axiom Bolts are making a pretty decent comeback. They're a pretty popular grenade out there. Finally, for the weapons, Jur's telling us that we all need to have a little patience and time. And unfortunately, this exotic sniper rifle has a really cool perk where you get to go invisible. Obviously, enemies will still see that red glint whenever you're aiming down the sights, but you will be camouflaged for a little while. But it's an exotic sniper rifle, And because of that, because it doesn't help in PvE to really kill bosses, and in PvP you've got much better legendary sniper rifles, this thing is an F. It's sadly one of the worst guns in the game, mainly because of the fact that it's an exotic, and legendary sniper rifles are just simply better. You could put your exotic slot for use elsewhere. So that's really unfortunate. This gun has been around since year 1. It's got a cool exotic perk, but as far as its actual use, you could use it for fun a little bit in the Crucible, but more often than not, you will not see this because you've got just simply better options. And you've got the lower impacts, that's not going to help you out in PvE. Sadly, no patience, no time. So we're going to buy some 3 of coins. You know what? I'm a little bit sad that Bungie didn't end up deciding to go ahead and do a Azure Black Friday sale. It would have been cool to see the exotics at like half price or something crazy. Just something really fun to just go ahead and put in the game as a little bit of an Easter egg. Stuff like that, just kind of fun little stuff I'd like to see in the game. It wouldn't have taken that much, I don't imagine. I don't imagine it would have taken that much to go ahead and code that ahead of time. But they didn't, so no real Black Friday sale from Azure. But you couldn't go anywhere but up from last week. Anyway, guys and gals, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. Check out these awesome videos. Good luck with your raids, your drops, your Azure, and I'll see you around in Destiny. #Black Friday.